But it's a double misery Monday because not only did the Commanders lose, the Baltimore Ravens lost, and they were our survivor pick.
Just devastating.
I was wondering when we were going to get to that.
Just watching the end of that game and how it unfolded and how we got served a big fat L. It just, I'll probably never forget it. I'll probably never get over it. I mean,
and you thought it was almost going to be a steal when Justin Tucker lines up for the 61-yarder.
JP, before that, you're getting too far down the road. Minshew Mania steps out of the end zone. He pulls a Dan Orlovsky and hands the ball to the Ravens.
Right.
With like 2 minutes left.
1916.
And like a 3-point lead.
Yeah.
And I said, this is it. We
stole it.
Well, no,
bullet.
Everything that could go wrong did for us because Lamar has a wide open Zay Flowers on a slant in overtime after the Colts had already punted. I mean, he's just wide open.
Throws it behind him.
If he catches that, he gains 10 yards. It's a first down, and they're going to make a field goal and win that game.
And then in overtime, they had good field position. Good field position.
In overtime, Lamar throws it to Isaiah Likely.
Oh, yeah.
Hits him right in the chest.
Drops it.
Right in the chest as he has one knee down on the ground.
And then how many times has Justin Tucker made a huge field goal to win a game? Now, I know it's a 61-yarder.
I know, but I expected
it to go in.
It looked so good coming off his
right
foot.
down the middle.
I expect it to go in.
But it is a 61-yarder.
Screaming at my
If it's a 58-yarder, he probably makes it.
Probably makes it. He missed it by like 2 feet. It hit the pad on the bottom of the upright.
Can you?
Yeah, but I don't know.
He usually, but I'm saying he's made so many kicks
61-yarder, you can, like, it's just so many opportunities.
And this is what I was thinking about. I was thinking that our luck would be that they would finish in a tie. We lose in a tie.
I was thinking about that, too.
I was thinking, you know what? They're going to tie.
I just saw the seconds bleeding off. Yeah. And I was like, oh, this tie is a loss for us.
And I was thinking, we're going to actually tie. What are the odds of tying a game?
But
and
looking back on it,
yeah.
First of all, I learned this in high school. Don't change your answer like on a Scantron.
I know. You don't.
Okay? Now, the initial pick on Thursday was the Seattle Seahawks.
Correct.
I believe they won by 10 points. The reason that it was the Seahawks at the time, now it's not everybody agreed. Look, I lobbied on behalf of the Patriots both times. Big fat winner. Anti-Zach Wilson play. I was mocked and ridiculed by all you guys.
Sure.
Just mocked and said it was stupid. Zach Wilson is not an NFL quarterback. He's proven that time and time again. Although they could have won via Hail Mary at the end.
Right. It was close.
But anyway, on Thursday, I lobbied on behalf of the Patriots. I did it again on Friday. I can't remember where everybody went. I think EB was a Chiefs guy. I know he was on Friday.
I went Dallas. I didn't move off Dallas.
I went Chiefs both.
But when it was all said and done, at the end of the show, we settled on the Seahawks with our wacky point system. And the play was basically the same logic as me picking the Patriots against Zach Wilson. It was an anti-Bryce Young play.
Right.
Well, then the news came out that Bryce Young wasn't going to play and Andy Dalton was going to play quarterback. And Andy Dalton did throw for, I think, 350 yards.
361.
It's just a better quarterback at this point.
They're still a terrible team.
Yeah.
Well, that
and
was
Seattle
my point.
was at home.
Right.
That was my point, and no one listened to me.
No, I had the Seahawks as my number 2 play, I believe.
I have no regrets.
I don't believe so.
Wrong. JP's actually partly to blame for the loss. He's taking the credit today, but he had the Ravens number 2. If he would have had the Ravens lower or not at all, they wouldn't have been the play.
If it was separated by a point.
We're all
it was, and the
taking
I didn't have the Ravens.
I have no regrets.
I didn't have the Ravens.
I thought the Ravens
were going to win, but that wasn't my favorite play.
No, it was my second.
It wasn't
but
my
I actually
favorite play
didn't
either.
know they had 7 guys out.
But it was on my list.
Whatever.
It was definitely on my final list.
Yeah. Well, live and learn.
We're
out of the contest.
Well, I can tell you this. There's 0 chance I'm doing that next year. 0.
Well,
because I don't like the fact that the last 2 weeks, all we did was bicker and argue and second guess our picks, and it came back to haunt us this week. Won't do it unless someone fronts the money for me. Won't do it.
How many people got bounced out of the contest? Because I guarantee a ton had Jacksonville.
Like
thousands.
30% of the field probably was eliminated.
So what's it down to?
You know, we probably had Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas.
Think about Dallas.
Yeah.
Dallas, Jacksonville, and Baltimore?
Right.
I didn't have Dallas on my list because I was saving them. I was saving them. See? I thought that was a 0% chance of them losing. But I did have Kansas City. But whatever. I like the Ravens. I thought the Ravens were going to win.
In hindsight, the pick should have been the Bills. Hindsight's 2020.
Yeah, but the Commanders were 2-0.
No,
Should have been
the pick should have been Seattle because that's what it was on Thursday.
That is true.
See,
that's a good point.
I kind of agree with that because I'm telling you, and you know this, every time I ever changed an answer on a test growing up, it would end up being the original one.
That's
it seemed like
sometimes you fix it.
Jason may be out, but I'm already looking forward to Survivor 2024. I'm all the way in.
In Circa? I'm not putting up that money.
I'll buy your piece if you don't want to do it.
Okay. You can put up the money.
It's fine.
So I'm not doing it.
loves big money sweats.
I do love
that
sweats.
he never hits.
Now I'm regretful that I don't have that sweat, weekly sweat.
The only thing that came that was good out of that result was I hedged it.
Okay.
And I put $75 on the Colts money line and paid me back like $325.
Sure.
But you're right. When
it's the only reason it was good.
Right. When Minshew Mania does the Orlovsky and it's safety, I thought game's over.
Yeah,
because there's only a couple minutes left. Mm-hmm. I thought this was the last chance for the Colts to get a game-winning field goal. Instead, takes a safety.
Mm-hmm. They
punt to the Ravens. What did the Ravens do on the next possession? Valdez, what did they do on the next possession?
Lamar
2 incompletions?
Didn't get rid of the ball. Like he got sacked.
Yeah, that was
a pivotal play.
I'll tell you exactly what happened, and this is what was doomed, is that after they punted the ball, Zay Flowers called for a fair catch, leaving 2:03 on the clock. So that left them their 2-minute warning along with one timeout.
So he should have run around for 4 seconds.
He should have caught the ball and advanced it forward for however many yards. That would have taken them under the 2-minute warning.
So what is the first, second, and third down sequence?
They went run. They went run.
So now 2-minute warning after that.
2-minute warning, and then run, and then they used their timeout, and then they did a quick jet screen, in which they called an illegal block in the back, but there was also the missed Zay Flowers face mask.
Right.
That went viral.
Oh, that's another.
Well, there was also a missed Zay Flowers pass interference.
Yeah.
But this,
he clearly
on the fourth down,
on the fourth down, the 4th and 1 or whatever.
But this was the face mask.
Yes.
And so those penalties would have all set instead of the clock being stopped and then having to kick, and then that left the Colts with 1:45. They only blew 20 some seconds because of the 2-minute warning and a timeout, and then the penalty. So there was 1:40 before they got the ball back on their own.
To credit, the Colts made some offensive plays. They had some really good catches, I feel like, down the stretch.
Well, Michael Pittman made an amazing catch in overtime, like a 40-yarder.
Yeah, he was like right between 2 defenders.
He got his helmet ripped off and still held on to the ball somehow. I was like, what is happening?
Going 30, 40 yards and having 1 minute and 40 seconds left on the clock. That's light work in the NFL nowadays.
I know.
I feel like there were 100 possessions in that overtime too. Like down the stretch of the game, they were just kind of moving the ball between the 35s. It seemed like over and over again.
And I was then just looking at the schedule this week. If we would have won that game yesterday, it would have been really difficult to pick a game this week. I mean, we'd have to burn a really good team.
Yeah.
But this past week there were 6 games that we really liked. There aren't 6 this week.
And we were running so pure with the stupid Texans beating the Jags and knocking out like 2,000 plus people.
You know what really hoard you guys was the fact that Gus Edwards left with a concussion before the fourth quarter even started. Ojabo went out with a hurt foot. They couldn't even get any pressure on Minshew. Mm-hmm. The only pressure they got is bringing Hamilton.
Right.
They just you guys got hoard.
Yeah. We got boned.
That's just typical though.
Yeah.
You had a billion ways to win.
Hey, but you know what?
And then they just
couldn't
called
find
it
one.
on.
Maybe a party pooper. I'm in for 2024. I love the sweat. I can't get enough of it. I wish I could rebuy now.
I didn't watch the game that closely. Obviously, I was watching our game, but when it came on afterwards, I watched. From what I saw, Lamar wasn't super accurate either.
No.
There were, and I loved him.
He ran for over 100
week.
yards.
No, it's fine, but like he had little dinky throws that were behind guys, and
he wasn't great.
And it just
and then
annoying.
the Flowers, that was the clincher.
Yeah,
if he hits Flowers
that murdered us.
That was the clincher.
The Flowers missing him and not calling the PI on Flowers to extend the drive.
Yeah,
effectively put the nails.
That's
in our
called
coffin.
all the time.
I know
that particular play, that particular penalty is always called.
Except maybe it's 4th down into the game, because going back to the Commanders-Broncos game, the Commanders committed PI on the 2-point conversion.
Right.
Let's be real. He was there early,
and
they swallowed the whistle.
They had just gotten the fluky.
I understand
they
that.
shouldn't have swallowed
I'm not
it.
talking about the content, but referees swallow whistles sometimes on plays like that are
I know.
game-changing. And in this game, in the Ravens game, it was very similar.
I would say they missed both. They missed both.
Yeah. I'm saying it's a very similar call where just like in that Commanders game, they swallowed the whistle, didn't
But
call
you're saying
it.
they swallowed
didn't
it. I'm
call
saying
either.
they just missed. They missed it.
Cakes. How are we going to fill the void?
I don't know. I feel like there's a part of my heart that's just
EB was
ripped
buying
out.
in. Everybody was getting size.
I was enjoying the debate. I was enjoying just the humor of it for me.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we could do
whatever.
a Mike Wise bit where we pretend we're still in the contest.
That's a great bit. That's a great bit. We could do it for 1 week.
We could do that.
We could do it for 1 week.
I mean,
That get in our
I'm
imagination.
spitballing over here.
You know, people have like imaginary girlfriends, or they have like doll
Yeah, we
girlfriends.
can Manti Teo it.
That's it. You know what? I think that's a funny bit. Let's do it on Friday. Let's just act like
We're still alive.
we're still alive.
And then people would just be calling, you guys are eliminated.
No,
Don't
we're
you
not.
know?
We're-
No,
in denial.
people listen passively. They don't know. They don't
we
know.
took the Chiefs last
Yeah,
week,
we'll just
idiot.
rope the half the people that don't really know. They don't realize.
I can't
we're
tell you how
actually
many people
knocked out.
texted me. Who'd you guys take?
Right.
They didn't know. They had no idea.
Sure. That's what we're going to have to
All right.
bank
Yeah,
on.
text them back, Chiefs.
Let's go to Jeff in DC. You don't want to go to him? The guy that when we come back. Okay, this is the guy who says he may or may not have gotten in a fight with somebody interesting yesterday.
Okay.
All right, so we'll get to him.
No, he wants to go to him. Hold on, Jeff.
Hey, how you doing, EB?
What's up, Jeff?
What's up?
Hey, so I'm coming out of the stadium, dude, after the game, and I'm like criticizing EB, and his brother just like goes, "You're not going to talk bad about my brother," and try to attack.
All right, what's
I mean,
going
could
on?
you
Why
have
is
a
your
worse-
phone so bad?
Hey.
Where are
So you got in a
Probably
fight
at
with
work.
Eric Bieniemy's brother, not Eric Bickles.
Derek Bieniemy.
Right.
No, I don't know what his
where
brother's
the hell
name is.
he?
He's probably at work.
All right, do you want it? We'll get him when he comes back. I would like to hear the details. Why is his phone so bad?
I just screamed at him. Go. He's got 10 seconds.
Hear me now?
Yeah, what
Much
were you
better.
doing? What
That's
an
better.
idiot.
Go.
Go ahead.
So I'm like walking out of the stadium, and Eric Bieniemy's brother just like approached me like, "You're not going to talk bad about my brother," and try to fight.
What do you mean by try to
How do
fight?
you
Did
know
he
he was
shove
his
you?
brother?
Did you?
No, because he verbally said that he was Eric Bieniemy's brother, and
Okay.
he's like literally like his girlfriend was like, "Come on," and try to pull him away, and he's like trying to get in my face, like, "You're not going to talk bad about my brother," and he like took his coat off and everything. I'm like, "Dude, what is your problem?"
What did he look like, Eric?
Yeah,
Was he short and
did, but
stocky?
he was about 5'8", 5'9", light skin, but he favors Eric Bieniemy.
What do you mean he favors?
He kind of looks
Oh,
like
he looks like him.
Is his
looks
name
like
Jamal?
I don't know his name. I don't know.
So,
the guy just said he was Eric Bieniemy's brother, and he said his name, but I wasn't really even. All I heard was Bieniemy and the guy. I'm like, what is this dude's problem? Like,
how close were you guys to actually getting physical?
really close. Like the guy was like one person away from me, like one person removed.
Oh, okay.
But you weren't going to do it, but he was ready to.
Nah, dude, I got 2 good government jobs. I'm not gonna lose my job and get arrested to fight this dude over TV. I'm
Yeah, no,
sorry.
easy killer.
Oh, he was
Don't go
bitter.
easy there.
All right.
All right. I don't know. Hey, guy defending his family.
I mean, they almost got shut out. He's distraught.
Everybody was
Thankfully,
bitter.
that field goal. Ooh, thankfully, 3 points on the board for Ron and company.
I did think EB's right. They wanted to test Cheeseman. I mean, they brought in freaking
I think that's
500
why they did it.
snappers.
They didn't care to get 3. They wanted to see, okay, let's see how our field goal operation is. If this kid shanks this one, or you know what I mean, or dribbles this one.
It's funny when the play-by-play guy said, well, the last time the Commanders were shut out, I thought it was going to say something like, it was 15 years ago, but it was like 2 years ago. You know what I mean? Like usually when they do one of those stats, it's like way back in the day. It's like the last time they were shut out was 2021.
The good news is, in my heart of hearts, I knew we were going to lose yesterday, so I didn't get too emotionally involved. That's the only good news.
The other good news is Broncos had 70 put on them yesterday, which takes a little bit of
You were
spotlight off
emotionally involved based on how Sam played.
I didn't like Sam playing poorly because I knew it was just going to be a referendum on him all week until next week. And next week's going to be it's going to be the exact same scenario. It's just going to be how do they respond.
All
They're
right, let's
gonna
get into
bring
it.
the heat next week.
Let's get into it. What does Hal and the enemy's offense have to do better to turn things around?